Hey guys, Ainsley here. I got an interesting video today. This is going to be a more serious topic. I think we can all agree that getting scammed is a pretty terrible thing. So today I'm going to share with you some of the stories, images, and evidence talking about a certain Roblox Discord server that has done just that. I'll show you how it started and where it went. Let's get into it.
Rank. This is me. You know what I'm saying? I'll even refresh it for you.
Yep.
Oopsie. It's the owner.
That's true.
Okay. The owner.
Yep.
To go to the develop, we go over here to the Hinokami group. They have one game under. It's an untitled game. Okay.
Yep.
Now we're gonna open Studio. This is an actual O because the group name was taken, so this is the group. You know, you can tell because I just.
So the game actually does exist.
We're gonna open the No. We're gonna open this game. We're gonna see what's all up in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Alright, so this is a pretty compelling copy you got here. So here we got the basic Demon Slayer copy.
Wait!
Nothing.
That's just Demon Falls.
The game
Wait, that's
is
just
completely fake. It's a scam. I was in their dev GCs. There's proof. I used to be a developer for this game. It's not real. They're unorganized. The game doesn't exist. I'm a Roblox scripter. I've been scripting for about 2 years. I work on multiple projects regarding anime mostly and copied games because that's just the niche I chose to get into scripting with. It's what I know the most about. And about, say, like 2 months ago, I joined a Discord server for a Naruto game called Shinju. The Discord server was original for a Naruto copy. That was Shinden. After some failures on release, it ended up getting shut down. And after some communication with the owners, they decided to move on from that Naruto game to a different one in a different Discord, a different copy, new everything. And the Discord for Shinju was turned into a Demon Slayer game. It was run by Hades and an investor that would go on to invest about, give or take, $3,000 into the game. So after Hinokami was started up, Hades had a few developers. The first of which was me. I was the head developer. I still have the roles in his group Discords. There was another guy who goes by Luna on Discord these days. He quit the game after a while because Hades stopped asking us to do stuff. When I first got involved, he started making a bunch of deals with people to pay them for assets from other games. He would then put in sneak peeks before even paying for them, and he would keep on switching them out for other people because he found cheaper and better deals. And eventually he found the guy he wanted to go with or whatever, because I genuinely believe that he had intention on making the game at first. And then they began hiring developers and stuff, and I kept on asking Hades if he wanted me to do anything, and eventually he told me to make the combat system. I scripted like maybe a little bit of it. I didn't really do anything because he was never vocal with me. Or the other developer who had made like multiple things for the game, like a working trait system for the cards, and he also made, I think it was like an NPC GUI script because like we were asking for money and we never really got anything. We never got promised anything. After a while, he just stopped asking us to do things completely. Eventually, they removed our Discord roles, but they never removed us from the group, which had some game in it and shared a game with us. They just kept on posting sneak peeks from modelers and animators that they hadn't even paid yet, that they didn't even hire. One of the guys, I was talking with the other owner, Oopsie, the investor, about how Hades was basically getting scammed by all these developers he was hiring because it was overpriced. And I showed him a new asset maker for the game, and the guy, Oopsie, he posted pictures of the stuff the guy made before he even made a deal with him or anything. And that stayed in sneak peeks until like the Discord got deleted yesterday. It stayed in sneak peeks that entire time. All the stuff he made, it never got removed. The guy never even ended up getting hired. He was never in the Discord. The guy that made the VFX never got paid. The sneak peeks, they weren't even real. Some were even in a copied game. I don't know if there's recording of it, but they were literally taken directly out of Demon Slayer games, Demon Slayer copies, and put there. They just removed the scripts and put it in a base plate.
Let me ask you this. Did he ever ask you for money personally?
No, he never asked me for money. He asked me if I wanted to buy things.
Yeah, okay. Because I understand that he's asked, some of his management as well, to give him money. Specifically Ethan that we were talking about earlier. What is your take on that?
So the management team is completely left in the dark the entire time the game was being made. All the people that had a role above like admin, moderator, they knew nothing about the game. They weren't even enrolled in the group. They had no Discord terms, no nothing. They were all kept in the dark. I actually told one of the management teams about this because he was asking me about the game, because he asked me for my things so he could roll me in the group for testing, because I guess Hades asked him to do that. So he was gonna roll me in the group, and he said, "Wait, but you're a developer. You should be telling me what's going on with the game." And I said, "Well, I don't know. I'm not really a developer anymore." and I proceeded to open the game in studio and like look through the group, and there's just nothing there, nothing regarding the game. And I guess Hades with his management team, a lot of them paid for their roles and stuff in the game, and I guess like they must have gotten cool with Hades, so he gave them management, whatever. And from what I know, all the people that invested any amount of money into the game, he would DM like once a week or even like shorter periods, asking them for more money because he kept on needing money to pay these developers, even though from what we know they weren't even getting paid. Hades didn't even have the models, the assets, the scripts, nothing. There was no map made.
Yeah, and you showed me some of that stuff on a screen share of what actually is in the quote-unquote game that should be there. There's no, you said there's no data logs, there's no really anything. It's literally just a copy. From what I'm understanding,
there's none of the stuff we scripted.
Yeah, from what I'm understanding too is that he's also just taken, like you were saying, he's just taken like people's like hard work, like actual developers' hard work, and just taken those and set those as sneaks. If you have any of those sneaks that you can, that are from that old Discord, you please send those to me. I'd love to put those in here as well. There's also, oh yeah, you're right, because he changed servers. That's right. He
yeah,
completely changed Discord servers for what, the second time now?
Yeah, I think it's the second time.
How far do you think this goes back?
It's been going on since September, early September. It really wasn't that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
let's
I guess it was kind of on the whim.
Let's branch off as well on how exactly he made his money. We'll talk about like what promises were made, the quote unquote investment options that were available for this game, stuff with the tester and stuff. So as far as I know, like he was asking for what, $500 for an in-group fucking role for tester.
He was asking 500 Robux at one point. I think it was cheaper. I think it was 250 at first.
Yeah.
And it got bumped up to 500 because he was quote unquote closing the testing spots because the game was nearing testing. He didn't want very many people to have it. I think about 200 people bought that out of the 5,000 people on the Discord server.
Yeah, and I know that he also offered getting tester for people that boosted the server too, which is a blatant slap in the face for the people that bought it, and also those specs as well, like Muzan and Kokoshibo and stuff. The fucking Hashira stuff as well, like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the Hashiras, as far as I'm saying, I was actually a Hashira. So later on, because he did Hashira apps when the game was very new, I ended up getting Wind Hashira. So later on, when he started needing money more and more, or he wanted money more and more, because in reality he didn't need money ever. He was just lying basically. So later on, when he started needing money, he would actually sell the Hashira spots to people who were willing to pay the most, and he would unroll the people who had paid already or gotten it via an application. And he'd say the same thing with upper moons and lower moons. Literally, just whoever was willing to pay the most. Like Kokoshibo, the guy bought it for 500, and this guy who was offering to, what was it, Ethan, $100, and you can gift Kokoshibo to like anybody you want. Like you have those pictures.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, there was some people that were posting in memes at one point of their like how much things costed. It's been deleted since then. I can imagine probably Hades trying to clear things up now. He's not even addressing like the actual allegations. It's just a lot of the same, like, oh, I'm not a scammer, Hinokami is real, it's not a scam, I'm not a scammer, blah blah blah. He's not actually trying to prove anything. It's just a lot of the same thing, and it's kind of on repeat. And it's really fucking sad to see. A lot of these people have spent a lot of money on this game and it's not real. And honestly, this should be a serious like life lesson for a lot of those people to never spend money on a game that doesn't even have an alpha stage or any kind of like testing phase as well. You can look at, anybody can have any kind of like screenshots and sneaks of things, and it doesn't necessarily have to be for the actual game. As it's been proven here now, you can literally just have people like go to commission people for stuff, take the screenshots they gave and put it as sneaks.
Yeah, so he said in the screenshot you sent me that, they didn't put the assets in the group and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So one, that's the only group regarding around Hinokami. They're literally, everything else is just French army stuff. He has no other groups, and I have since been unrolled in the Hinokami group. Funny enough. If he doesn't care about me being in that group, why would he unroll me?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, well, I think he genuinely sees you as a threat, and it kind of speaks to, his character. If he's gonna go ahead and do that after after we just proved that the game's not real, then he's either got something to hide, he's being untruthful, or this, we were right, it was a scam. And if it wasn't, he could just come out and say it, right? He's got the receipts, he knows what he spent the money on, he has that stuff, but he's refusing to give any of that kind of proof. And so it's a clear slap in the face to everybody that bought anything, and it's there's not really a whole lot that can be said or done, because with Roblox, I mean, like I said, it's an unregulated market, and especially through PayPal, if you do it through friends and family, there's no way to get that refund. So a lot of these kids that have spent hundreds of dollars on this stuff in this game that isn't going to exist, they're fucked. They lost their livelihood to a 15-year-old kid who decided to initially make a game, and then realized he was making too much money off of the game, like not even just being out, just investment options, and then just rolled with that and scammed everybody out of their money.
Yeah, a lot of the sad part about it is that a lot of these people that were spending money, it was their birthday money, their Christmas money, you know, they had saved up, you know, they wanted to spend it on something that, you know, that would mean something and last for a long time. The game is real. He could prove it so easily. He could just load into the game, he has all this stuff in, take a few screenshots, and it is just magically fixed, whole problem's gone, the game exists. But he can't do that because it's not real, and he knows it.
Yeah, and now he's got some of the people in management, I can see it in the general chat, like trying to vouch for him and stuff, which is really sad too, because Quinch, I don't know how to say his name, I showed him the video, like the raw footage of, you know, what we were looking at. His exact reaction was, no, what the fuck, with an exclamation point. Like, he had no idea, and now all of a sudden he's like completely flip-flopped, immediately trying to back Hades. I don't know what he's planning to get out of it. I mean,
yeah, they're you know, and we can go into how Hades is racist and all that stuff.
That's not what this is about. It's the fact that he stole money from a bunch of other kids, and he's gonna get away with it. That's the problem.
Yeah, because there's nothing that anybody can do about it.
And then after that, after getting, you know, the screenshots posted in announcements, immediately got banned afterwards. So he's already trying to silence people that actually have some shit on him, including you. I know you got banned as well.
I got banned instantly.
Yep.
The second he knew it was me, gone.
Yep. So
he has no reason to ban me because he could prove me wrong so easily.
So I just want to go into this because I feel like this is a really important thing to talk about. I feel like that we should, you know, clarify. Do you have anything to gain out of going, you know, and revealing any of this?
I don't care. I honestly, I was the Windhosh era, of course. I've known the game is fake since I really started playing. I knew the game was never going to go anywhere. But honestly, it was just like a mixture of, I don't really know how to get the information out on a large scale. If I'm just going to get banned, it's all going to be for nothing. It doesn't really matter. And then eventually when he switched Discords, I just kind of said, you know what, this is stupid. It's gone on for long enough. I'm just gonna screen share this to some people, and they can spread the word, and if they don't, that's okay too.
Yeah, Hades has absolutely no shame, and it's not just proven by him going ahead and, you know, stealing people's money, making promises he can't keep, but it's also shown through, I don't know if you were around for the whole botting thing, but there was Discord bots basically going into the Project Slayers Discords, going into other Roblox Discords of genuine games that have been released on the platform, and just basically advertising the Hinokami server and the Hinokami game, promising that the game wasn't going to take a year, and it's been almost 4 months now, and there hasn't been any progress. Just a bunch of screenshots that he's ripped off of people that have actually been working really hard.
Yeah, so another thing about the whole Discord advertising thing is that when the game was first new, and like right after it switched from Naruto to Demon Slayer and he started this whole project, he spent $100 on an advertisement from a game called AE Reborn, which the Discord has now been renamed into Divert Studios. The advertisement, I think, is still there, and that's kind of crazy because he just took this guy's community that he spent years building, 70,000 people, maybe even more, I haven't checked in a while, and he just scammed probably a lot of the people that came from there out of their money, you know?
Yeah. You know, what's funny is Hades is trying to cover his own ass right now. He actually posted the video that I took regarding, you know, what you showed us through that group, and he put it in the community news, and then said, you know, Hinokami was originally a copy, keep in mind, so that is exactly why there is a copy there. But as you said, there literally is only that one group. There's never been another group, and that's the only thing there. And even if he's admitting to it being a copy, that doesn't make it okay. That just means it's a copy. You didn't work on any of it. It's just a copy. Yeah,
the whole point and the promises that he made to people were that you were going to get custom specs. You're going to get stuff that we have spent like months making.
Yeah.
And another thing about that, I think he's made somewhere from like $5,000 to $15,000.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that is a bare minimum. From one of his investors alone, he made about $3,000.
And where the hell does the money go? What the hell is a 15-year-old kid gonna do with $15,000?
We don't know if it's quite $15,000, but it's definitely above $5,000. That's 100%.
That is insane.
I don't foresee him making over $15,000 from that.
And I want to make this really clear to you know, the people out there that have been affected by this and are hoping to potentially get your money back. Unfortunately, like I said, this is an an unregulated market. This is a classic case of a multi-level marketing scheme, or otherwise known as a pyramid scheme, where basically the owner takes a couple people to include in on his scheme, and they will vouch for him, make him money. They maybe will get a little share out of it, but most of the time not. And then they'll recruit more people, get more people involved, promises, make all the money off of it, and then yeah, by the time you actually figure out that it's a scheme, it's too late. You lost your money. And I want to point out that pyramid schemes, multi-level marketing schemes, are actually illegal. And I'll post a screenshot with more information on that. You can do the research yourself as well. There was a court case a while back.
Yeah.
Yo, alright, 3, 2,
No way, he's counting down.
1, yo.
You said you're putting it in announcements?
Yeah, he's filling it in community.
Oh my god.
Yo.
Send the video. Send the video.
Where is it? Where is
Send
it?
the video. Send the video.
Send the video. Send the video. Alright, bet. Where's the video? Yo.
Send the video. Yo, don't sell.
Oh my god, he's selling. Oh my god, he's selling so
The video
hard.
is loading.
Not
The
the
video
video.
is
Delete
loading.
it.
He's right. The video takes. So I'm about to send the video in chat.
The video is loading. Why is it loading?
The video
post it
takes
in
so long
general.
to
I got
send.
a
The video
scam.
takes so long to send.
Wait, did I get scammed? I got scammed.
They deleted
Yeah,
it.
you got
They banned
scammed,
him.
you
They
got
banned him. Yeah, you got scammed. You got scammed.
He also killed
Yo,
my family.
it's
so.
over. Nah, bro, it's fake. Yeah, no, it's over.
So I want to say one more thing about this. We do have his parents' name because that is associated with his PayPal account. I will try my best, or we will try our best, to get in contact with his parents and see if we can do absolutely anything about it. But at the end of the day, probably not. Again, we can't find him on Facebook, can't find him on Instagram. There's just no trace.
Right. So I guess what I want to say to end this off is, you know, this isn't one of those cases where everybody's going to have a happy ending and get their money back. It's kind of, you know, you shouldn't expect a whole lot. But what I do want to do, and what this video is about, this is a PSA, this is a public, you know, safety announcement. Do not invest on Roblox games that have that don't actually have a game. You are just setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up to be scammed. Do not go in trusting blindly. Do your research, talk to people, just don't be sheep. That's all I have to say. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before I end the recording?
Maybe one thing. Do your research, ask for more information. If you ever think about investing into a game, ask for every ounce of information about the game that the person that you're investing with will disclose to you. Make sure there is a game. It's really important because this has happened like 10 times in the past few years. Like, I've been a part of most of them. It's pretty ridiculous how this happens.
Yeah, definitely. Well, like I said, that's all we have for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments below if any of you guys have been affected by this. If you've been affected by anyone's, you know, in the past, I'd love to see those stories. But yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Bye.